One time I was at this restaurant. The bone marrow thing reminded me of this, and I guess this was a while ago, so this wasn't with my vegan sibling who's now vegan.
Okay.
But I was with another person who was either a vegan or a vegetarian, and they were at a place, and they were like, "Are there any options for vegans or vegetarians?" And they said, like, "Well, we have bone broth something," and I was like, "Dude, bone, like fucking bone."
They're like, no, it's bone from a plant.
Yeah, exactly. It's plant-based bone.
Yeah. It's the skeleton of like a cactus.
Yeah.
Lights, camera, action.
UPS, you piece of shit.
I was like, you know what I want to do one day? I want to join a gang.
We're in 2022. Upgrade the cameras.
Yeah.
We can see Saturn and shit, but like I can't get a clear picture of someone robbing the gas station.
That was the greatest night in the history of television.
Oh my god, I might have to for some new mics too. Yeah, the day when we can hop on here and I can just be like, this episode is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Less hair on your face, more money in your pockets. That means shavings you won't believe.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah, like this episode is brought to you by HelloFresh.
Yeah, HelloFresh.
When you're too fucking lazy to go get your own groceries.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Who else could? What, MeUndies?
Yeah, MeUndies is good.
MeUndies. What do they even do? What are they about?
I think what they're about is like they don't ride up into your ball sack.
Oh, okay.
Just a comfortable fit. We'd have to see how they shape on big boys like me.
Yeah.
You know, with a fat ass.
With a nice asset.
Yeah, like with a nice asset. And but yeah, I think MeUndies is all about the, you know, like you know how sometimes you're sitting around, you're doing this one.
You put the pull and tug.
Yeah, they're supposed to avoid the pull and tug.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, that sounds pretty good.
I like that.
I thought it was like a pirate brand of underwear or something.
MeUndies.
MeUndies. Like a cool skull and crossbones right there. I'd buy them.
Right, and it's like booty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like, you know.
God damn, we're in the wrong. Why are we here doing this?
We should be in like what are you? I mean like
marketing.
Marketing. That's it.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Or just like an invention.
We could invent we can invent something.
I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel, but that's pretty. Somebody would buy those pirate underwears.
There's just like I can't even believe like some of these podcasts they get sponsored by what's it called? It's like a cereal company. You've heard that one?
Like Kellogg's?
No, it's like it's like it's like its own thing with like its own brand. It's like HelloFresh for cereal. And it's like something spoon. I don't know.
Silver spoon.
Magic spoon?
Magic spoon?
Maybe.
Huh.
Silver spoon.
Fork and spoon?
Fork and spoon. Fork and fig.
Fork and fig. Now
you
that's,
seen that?
Yeah, I've never been there.
No. That's the kind of place you never go to.
It is. And you know why? Because no one ever says, you know what I could really go for? A fig.
Yeah. Hey, where do you... Oh, on prom night, we went to Fork and Fig.
Yeah. What do they even have there?
I wonder.
Fork and Fig.
We gotta see what's on Fork and Fig's menu.
If they're even still open.
And that's a good point.
Because you know the other thing, I've never heard anyone say they've been there.
No. Not one single human being on this earth.
Is it Fork in Fig?
I think it's and
Fig?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. Fork and Fig.
I wouldn't be surprised if it shut down. I just saw something that said the Elephant Bar finally shut down. Albuquerque was its last location, and that was my first job.
Low key, I thought that place shut down like 5 years ago.
Oh, it should have.
Yeah.
It should have. A lot of memories in there doing drugs in the bathroom and
yeah. Hey, that's where I used to get me a Philadelphia cheesesteak.
Ooh, I remember the Philadelphia there.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was good. It's a good Philadelphia.
Well, it's because the chefs were doing drugs.
They were all doing drugs.
That's why it was.
We were all doing drugs.
Yeah.
Except, well, even my dad and my sister were doing drugs. They just weren't doing hard drugs.
Yeah.
We all worked together. It was a time.
Like a family business.
It was a family business.
And you all left and the drugs stopped. And that's why Elephant Bar tanked.
I mean,
the proof is in the pudding.
The pudding is in the proof.
The poop. The poop is in the pudding. That might be why I went out of business. So, Fork and Fig.
Yeah.
A modern eatery is what they're advertising.
See, that's already just too much.
Welcome to Fork and Fig. No freezer, no fryer, just fresh. Really? No fryer? So what do you serve? Let me see.
Yeah.
Maybe I could eat at this place.
That's true.
Maybe this shitting on it. It's like the one place in town I can
this is the place for you.
Okay, so they've got starters and salads.
Okay.
Burgers and Sammy's.
Sure.
And that's what it literally says, burgers and Sammy's.
See, you don't have to just put sandwiches.
Yeah. Pasta and substantials.
Now
I don't even know what that means.
I'm so bugged with them.
Wraps, sides, and the jealous side. Let's see what the jealous side
What is that?
The jealous side, three rolled enchiladas is $14. Maybe that's why nobody's eating here.
Yeah, but that's also tracking with the current pricing. So, oh my God.
So maybe what is this? The jealous side. I don't understand. The wrap, corn tortilla flour. So you choose your type of tortilla, you choose your meat, you choose the sauce, add-ons, your type of cheese, your extras, sides, the sweets. What? I'm confused by their menu. Let me see what a substantial is.
What are substantials?
Pasta and substantials. So we got wild boar romesco.
Chill out.
Red wine wild boar sausage, ricotta, romesco, peas, hazelnut, pearl onion, parmigiano reggiano, nasturtium. Never heard of that.
They're trying too hard.
What is nasturtium? Nasturtium. But it's $25.
Fork and Fig.
Their pesto, $27, which is just, well, I guess they have lobster in there. Wild mushroom. It sounds pretty fire. But $27?
This place is probably so good. It's like the best.
Yeah, it probably is like the hidden gem. They're like barely afloat. And then bone marrow buttered pasta.
It's just too much.
Bone marrow.
That's a thing, I guess.
Buttered pasta. Okay, so that's their... I don't understand why it's called substantials. Maybe because it's pasta, but there's also heft to it, like lobsters and meat.
Sure.
And boar head. Maybe.
Too much.
They have a classic green chili burger.
Okay.
Their burgers.
Can't go wrong.
Foie gras. Foiegras. Foie gras. Wagyu beef. Black garlic foie gras. Wild mushroom, shaved truffle, kale, caramelized onion, raclette. Isn't that the shit that they put on your shoelaces? Salted tomato, horseradish, aioli, brioche. I mean, that is just like...
Yeah.
That's a lot. $25, by the way, for that.
Oh, my God.
For that burger.
For the burger?
That's, yeah.
I wonder what Tyler thinks of this place.
You know, I don't know. This is, it looks good. The food really looks good. But... So anyway, that's Fork and Fig.
I get it. I just get a sense that they're trying to be something. Hey, this is Albuquerque.
Yeah.
We're simple folk. And yes, you should try to be innovative. You should have boar heads and pesto lobsters and fucking foyers.
Yeah, foyers.
That's what you should do. But we're not a city that does what you should do.
Also, they're right across from a Chili's.
Come on.
You know, like if this was in a higher end area,
sure,
I could buy into it.
Yeah.
But when you're next to what is it? Filling Phillies. And right across from a Chili's.
And now there's a Chiba Huts right there.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it might be where the Phillies was.
Yeah. Well, maybe Filling Phillies went out.
I think they might have gone out.
Damn.
You're by Chipotle. You're by the first Chipotle in Albuquerque.
Yeah, a Chipotle.
There would be a line outside. Do you remember that?
No.
For the first Chipotle in Albuquerque, they fucking lined up. That's how it's going to be for Cane's.
Oh,
we're such basic bitches. You don't give us a Fork and a Fig. Give us a Chipotle. Give us a Cane's.
The In-N-Out, the Fat Burger.
If you gave us a fucking In-N-Out, this fucking town
would dissolve.
They would dissolve. People would eat each other.
People would quit their jobs to wait in that line.
They fucking would.
Which is stupid, but they would do it.
You saw how it was for Dutch Brothers.
Oh, well, I was going to say you saw it was for Colorado when they got an In-N-Out.
Oh my God.
It was like a mile long down the road of just cars.
Whose leg do you got to hump to get a fucking to build traction like that.
Right. Yeah, and you're right. For the Dutch Bros opening, I mean, this is why we can't have nice things.
We can't.
Because people just like lose their minds.
And they don't lose their mind for Fork and Fig.
No.
That's the problem.
And Fork and Fig's probably is the greatest restaurant in the tri-state area.
It's probably the greatest.
It's like a sleeper hit. And everyone's just like,
so good. I bet you if we ate there once, we would fucking like, I don't know. It'd be like a religious experience. Like,
probably. I would probably have an out-of-body experience. Yeah. I'd be hovering above myself, watching myself eat.
It would be too much. Like you wouldn't even, your heart would stop. Yeah. It would just be like so good.
Yeah, that bone marrow soup or whatever that would take you to a whole other terrestrial plane.
It's like because you're eating the bone marrow, like you're taking in the DNA of another sentient being.
Yeah.
It would it would catapult you.
And so you're elevated. Yep.
One time I was at this restaurant. The bone marrow thing reminded me of this, and I guess this was a while ago, so this wasn't with my vegan sibling who's now vegan.
Okay.
But I was with another person who was either a vegan or vegetarian, and they were at a place, and they were like, "Are there any options for vegans or vegetarians?" And they said like, "Well, we have bone broth something," and I was like, "Dude, bone, like fucking bone."
They're like, no, it's bone from a plant.
Yeah, exactly. It's plant-based bone.
Yeah. It's the skeleton of like a cactus.
Yeah. It was just a weird thing because I remember they were confused. I was confused. Yeah. Everyone was a little confused that day.
Yeah, I think so.
It was in Taos. I think the server was probably high.
It was probably the hum was getting to them.
The hum.
The Taos hum getting to them.
You know how the hum do.
The Humvee. The Humvee.
The Humvee.
Yeah, man. It's so Fork and Fig. I don't even remember why we started talking about it.
I don't either. How the fuck did that happen?
I don't know.
How did that happen?
This is why we need a Jamie. So
yeah,
they can like be Jamie. Like, oh, it's because you said.
Yeah. Because this one usually I remember how we got onto something. Not right now.
I remember hitting record and then talking about sponsorships.
Oh yeah.
And then I blinked and we're going on Fork and Fig.
That's exactly what happened to me as well.
So I don't know, one of the sponsorships that we talked about must have put us there.
Yeah. Yeah. Something about food.
Oh well. Now I'm just hungry.
Me too. And I'm trying to do the healthy thing. I'm doing better.
Nice.
I'm doing all right.
What are you doing? What do you got going on?
I'm just like I'm trying not to eat shit after like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to eat mostly home cooked meals. That's the starting point.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
That in itself is hard. Not eating after 8 p.m. I don't know that I could do it.
Right.
It's just because I am a night owl.
Sure.
And I'm up and I'm editing or I'm doing whatever. And it's like, then you get the munchies.
Yeah.
But and then the cooking at home is like HelloFresh.
And that's the point of HelloFresh.
That's why I should try HelloFresh.
Honestly, it would probably benefit us immensely.
It probably would.
Yeah, so that's been enough on its own, but it's been going good. It's just been, I think what I got to work on next is like cheat days, plural. So like the second the weekend hits, like me and Ashley are pretty much like, every man for himself. Okay, like just get in there, whatever.
It's like Black Friday shopping.
It's like Black Friday shopping on Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, I kind of get back to form a little, but then something happens inevitably where I think, what was it this time? Oh, we went to visit Grandma. And Grandma was like, let's go eat here. And I was like, well, I'm not going to tell Grandma no.
That would kill her.
It would kill her. Grandma wanted what Grandma wanted. And I'm not going to get, could I have gotten a bowl? Sure.
Yeah. Where did you go?
It's called Bumblebees in Santa Fe. Have you heard of this?
No, I've never.
It's actually fucking amazing. Oh. It was so good.
Hell yeah.
I had a steak burrito.
Nice.
Good old fashioned.
Yeah.
It was top notch stuff. I was in a real steak mood this weekend. TikTok. I've been getting a lot of food talks lately.
Okay. That's dangerous. It's because the app knows you're trying to eat better.
They fucking do. Oh, the food talks you know what? You made a good point. I think they're tapped into what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to better myself.
Yeah.
They know.
And they're saying, not today.
Yeah.
You ever had like a fourth of a cow in one sitting, you know?
And I'm about to go to Texas.
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to, I'm not going to overindulge. I'm going to I guess what I'm just working on is mindfulness. And I guess what I'm working on is not just completely giving up on the mission, which is like, those are some big steps, Yeah. Because it can go like healthy, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, in an instant too. In an instant.
So it's like healthy, fuck it today. Okay, back to healthy. Fuck it that day. Okay, I said fuck it for 2 days, but we really can't fuck it for 3 days.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we're at.
Okay. And how long are you going to be in Texas?
I'm going to be in Texas. Santana graduates.
Ooh.
Let's give Santana a quick, round of applause.
Congrats to your brother.
Young Chooch. He graduates high school.
Hell yeah.
He goes to high school in Tejas.
Nice.
And I will be there from Thursday the 18th through Tuesday the 22nd. Or no.
Okay.
I'll be back Monday night. I'm just returning the rental car on Tuesday. That's why my brain's thinking like that.
There you go.
We got a whole thing. Airbnb.
Nice.
Rental. Hey, I'm about to be in an Airbnb though.
Yeah.
We were just talking, and I had a conversation with my mom last night that and I don't know how you feel about this. The rental car is the hotel room of car experiences, right?
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Definitely.
Are you on board with that?
Yeah, it's your mobile hotel room.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Because like with a hotel room, when you test out all the features, right, with the car.
Yeah.
Let me see how the AC is. Let me adjust this. Are these electric seats or do I have the little pull lever? Yeah, you blast air conditioning in a rental car the same way you do in a hotel room. Yes.
You have to.
You must.
People need to be like putting on a sweater or under a blanket in the rental car. And the option isn't turn down the AC.
No, that's not.
The option is put on something, put a blanket over you.
You brought clothes, right? Put more of those on.
So I'm really excited to not unpack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm really excited to turn on that television.
Yes.
To get a little news. Dallas morning news.
Oh, man. That sounds euphoric.
Oh,
that sounds euphoric.
Come on, dude.
Just seeing the weather. The Weather Channel on in the background.
Stop.
Hear them talk about that?
Not the fucking weather.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's going to be humid.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Hot and humid.
Yeah, so this will be my first vacay in a while. Well, since the last time I went to Dallas. All I ever do is go to Dallas. So, because that's where mom is. So, shout outs mom.
Gotta go see mom.
Yeah. So that's where that's happening. How did we start talking about that?
Oh, because you were talking about eating, and I was like, well, how long are you going to be there? Because when I'm on vacation, it's very difficult to go extended periods of time of staying on something.
Yes.
Because it's just, you're in a new place. It's exciting. Everything is spontaneous. Let's try that place. Oh, that looks pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the staples.
Yep.
It's the staples. So you're going to Dallas, you're going, I need a fucking, a rib that looks like a dinosaur bone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what you want. And you can get a side and you could get a side of, mixed veggies, or you can get a side of fucking macaroni and cheese with jalapenos and extra brisket on top.
Damn.
And that sounds triggering.
Yeah. And it has to be from a place called like Sloppy Sal's Barbecue Boutique or something crazy.
Exactly. Since 1953.
Yeah. And the picture of Sloppy Sal is faded from the sun.
Exactly.
You're going to get quality, but there's no real like good tables. It's just like eroded picnic benches.
Yep.
And tables made of wood and they're peeling up. Yeah.
That's what it has to be.
You're going to have some good shit.
That's what and they're going to be like, don't forget your peach cobbler on the way out. And I'm going to fucking.
And it'll come in a little styrofoam cup with a lid. And you're going, that can't be that good. It's going to be the best peach cobbler you probably ever had.
Right. You're trying to convince yourself, you're like, if I don't have the peach cobbler, then it won't even matter if it's good or not because I won't even be party to the experience.
Yeah.
And then someone inevitably who's not, dieting is going to be like, well, I'm getting one. Yeah. And then you're going to go, fuck.
Like, I can't be the odd one out.
Yeah. Like, how am I going to not get one?
Do you ever try things that you normally wouldn't really get, but you do it just because you're in another place?
Absolutely.
Are you like, I wouldn't normally get baked beans back home.
Right.
But I'm in Texas and these baked beans have ham in them.
Yeah.
Or something great, like.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not going to order a fish and chips pretty often.
Yeah.
But if I'm in Boston, I might only eat fish and chips.
If you're by the sea, that's a must.
Oh my God. Also, for vacation etiquette.
Yeah.
I'm wondering your take on this. Nothing that we can have back at home.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere that you could have where you are coming from.
Now, I want to see how you feel about this.
Okay.
Because I agree with that.
Yeah.
This one, though, is very interesting. So you have Texas.
Yeah.
Home of Whataburger.
Yeah.
We have a Whataburger here, but eating it in the home of Whataburger. How do you feel about that?
I think there's an exception.
A little bit of an exception, right?
I think there's an exception there.
That's what I'm thinking.
And that's even funny. You think this isn't like as party to like Texas, but like something like Raising Cane's is coming here to Albuquerque, which is like, you can get that in Las Cruces actually.
Yeah.
And the last time I went to Las Cruces, it was like, we got to go to Cane's because it's not in Albuquerque, but now it's here.
Now it will be.
So does that just, you take that off the list now? That's a tough call.
It is. That's true. Because it's like, I don't know where Cane's originated.
I don't know. Yeah.
But I think it's kind of like camping. Right. Food tastes better when you're camping.
Right.
So I think Cane's would taste better somewhere not here.
Ooh, okay. Let me hit you with the vibes. This is becoming a fucking vacation episode again. So, because we already talked about in the last episode, you're seeing what, you get to the Airbnb or the hotel. You turn the TV on, you turn the AC on, you kick your shoes into a corner, you put your bag somewhere, you do not take anything out of the bags.
No.
A charger.
Sure.
At most. And I said after that, like you look for what you're going to go eat. But like, I think first day is maybe, depending on the context, first day is a little bit more like you're bringing something back. Do you feel that? Like, first day, you don't go sit down yet. You what's around that we can't get back at home, and you're getting it and you're bringing it back.
Damn. Yeah, you're hitting me with in my feels. Yeah. Now that's when that one has variations. I think it depends on what time you arrive.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's like a later thing,
right.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, let's settle in. Maybe we go kind of just do a lap.
One lap.
Do a lap, see what's around.
Yeah.
And like feel it out. If there's a cool little shopping center or like just a place to walk around, something to explore.
There might be something.
Do that. But then after a long day of travel, right, it's the first like little quarter of the day that you're there, picking something up, bringing it back, getting cozy.
You get cozy.
Throwing something on the hotel TV, digging into a bag of whatever food you got.
Come on,
man.
Come on.
That's good.
That's just so good. Especially, like you said, you get there at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
But as a late night foodie, as like the point of why I'm trying to get away from it, as a late night foodie, you're going, ooh, like what's open? What's here? That's open till midnight.
Right.
You know, because that's a special kind of place.
Well, yeah, because we're a bigger city, the biggest city in New Mexico.
Right.
But we're also like a small town where like shit closes down at 10 or 11.
I was trying to cheat food the other night.
Yeah.
Fucking all I got is a damn Federico's. I can only have carne asada fries so many times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Come on. The other place is what? Whataburger.
Whataburger. And that's not as close to me as I'd like it to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a Whataburger, and then it's like it's always the same story, and that's why it's like better to just stop because it's the same story. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Whataburger's too far away, and fucking, you know, Federico's, okay, fine, carne asada fries again.
Yeah, right. Right.
But you go to another city, you got a place, you know, it's a poppin' place.
You have options.
You got things like people are doing things, you know.
Life is happening.
You walk in some slip-on, you know, some slippers and cozy clothes because you're going back to the Airbnb.
Yep.
People are out living their life.
Oh, yeah.
And you're picking up an order and you're like, oh, something's happening here. I'm not ready to dip my toe in quite yet, but I can see that like people are active.
You know what it is? Here's the metaphor. It's when you first get to the hotel.
Yes.
And you don't swim yet, but you just look at the pool.
You stop. That's the greatest thing ever.
You're like, all right. We got a hot tub in the corner. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? A 4 or 5 foot deep? Okay. All right. I dig it.
You bring a measuring tape. You're just like, let's check the accuracy on this. No, that's on par with air conditioning, turning on the TV.
Yeah.
Like okay, we're here. All right, cool. We've just put things in. It's maybe, and that might be if we're talking like the order of things, like look at the pool, maybe it's right before food.
Yeah.
It's before food.
I think so.
You gotta, it's like
check out the hotel.
You check out the hotel and then you go, okay, we're ready to go see, but on the way out, let's check that pool.
Yeah.
Oh,
see what we're dealing with.
Come on.
You know? And
oh, God, I could get high off just that thought.
I am. I'm like itching. This is how you know, like, when you just need to leave.
Oh, God. Yeah. I hate rich people.
Yeah, it's just all that's every other weekend.
And it's envious. And it's envy. It's not because I have ethics. It's just I envy you.
I do. I want that. Yeah, I remember going to Pittsburgh and, went to Blue Slide Park. Shout out Mac Miller.
Shout out Mac.
R.I.P. But yeah, like the first night that we got there, it was already pretty late. And we settled into the hotel, and there's an Eaton Park that you could walk to from the hotel. So, I mean, we're talking, it's already late, but me and my brother were like, we have to.
Right.
Mac talks about an Eaton Park cookie in one of his songs.
Come on.
So we walk across over there. It's like if you've never been, it's kind of like a Denny's.
Okay.
Like I felt like I was in a Denny's or an IHOP kind of place. And yeah, just open late and just get that fucking diner food. And it was... But just that whole experience of walking there, it's dark outside in another city, hit up this place, eat some food, go back to the hotel, be cold under the covers, fall asleep with the TV on.
Come on.
Oh, I miss it. And I miss Mac.
And I miss Mac.
Man.
I like that. I like a diner in a different city too. It's annoying. They should the Frontier used to be open till goddamn like the next day. Yeah. I don't know if it even fucking closed at one point. And then all you have here, there's so many diners and they all close at like 3:00.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, over at Frontier, everyone's getting stabbed and shot. So you got to close while the sun's still up.
You have to now. Ever since the pandemic, they said you got to close while the sun's still up.
It's like I Am Legend.
It's exactly what it's like.
Yeah. Watch starts beeping. It's like close the shades.
Yes.
Lock the doors.
Yes. What a time to be alive.
Really sucks.
Yeah.
What a time to be hungry, right? late at night.
I'm going to go home and make veggie pasta, damn it.
Now you're talking my language. No, that's good, man. I'm excited. I'm going to have to live through you.
Yes.
And when you come back, you'll have to tell us about it.
I'll give like just a step by step.
Yes.
I'll hit you with the step by step.
I want like vacation feels ASMR.
What I also love is I love seeing, the younger generation because like we were telling my younger cousin, she's in 4th grade. I forget the age, whatever, but she's in 4th grade. She's in grade 4. And we were telling her, because obviously she'll be staying with my auntie and my uncle, her parents.
Yeah.
But we were saying, hey, we got an Airbnb with bunk beds, and you should have seen the sparkle in her
eyes lit up.
Like she just understood, like that's a space I gotta be in.
Yes.
You know, and because she's like, she gets the 2-parter. She gets the hotel room with parents, which give or take can be all right. But when you're a kid, you want to go to the older cousin's Airbnb with bunk beds.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
That's a vacation in itself. Just that little moment.
It was just, I could tell she was getting pumped. She was like, what? Yeah, it was good. I love seeing the younger generation get excited for a vacation.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Now on the case of Airbnbs, I feel like there is something unique to Airbnbs that you don't quite get with the hotel.
Right.
That I've experienced, and the more that I think about it now, it's like you have the backyard or the sunroom, and when you get there, you're exploring the Airbnb, and I do this thing where I stand on the porch and I look out at the backyard and I'm going, and I do a nod and I'm like, yeah, we can have a barbecue here or something. And you allot a time. One of these nights that we're here, it's barbecue time.
Right.
We're gonna sit outside and have late night talks in the dark and listen to the crickets chirping.
That's it.
And it's magic.
It's a magical experience. And you grab someone, whoever's around you.
Yeah.
They, because they can feel the magnetism of your experience. They come, oh, what do you do? Oh, They look around. Oh, well, this is nice, isn't it? And then you turn to them and you go, you know what we're going to do? You know what we can do? Yep. And then you start gathering people around, because I'm the kind of person, like I used to think I was a go with the flow person. Yeah. I'm a real planner. Actually.
Okay.
So this is where I start. Other people want to relax, and I start imposing plans on them. So they're like, I want to relax. I don't want to think about plans. And I'm starting to go, hey guys, what night are we going to barbecue in the backyard? Yeah. No, we need to figure this out right now.
I like that you do it that way. I like that you don't say, hey, what do you guys think about? No, it's happening. Which night works for you?
Which night are we doing this? Yeah. And there's not a question to be had.
No, and they do gravitate towards you, and you pull them in and you say, live in this with me.
Yeah.
And you're like Mufasa and Simba.
Right.
You're looking out over Pride Rock and you're saying, look.
Yeah.
See what I see.
Now, what we have going on too is we got a lot of people going to be around. So it's going to be one of those moments where we're going to potentially be hosting at here and there. Yeah. You know what I mean? As an Airbnb, we're going to be the hub. You got to have a hub.
Yep. Where everyone just knows to go to. Yep.
Anyone. And it's like, I'm already imagining, and now this is like, what's nice. I love an event, right? And I like, there's the event itself is great, but how about like everyone's gathered in the same place, kind of getting ready. Yes. Some people are ready, someone's on their phone, they're already dressed up. Someone else is in the corner doing some makeup. Yeah. The little cousin, she's having, auntie's brushing her hair. Like there's that local, or maybe I got some ESPN in the background.
Yep.
Or maybe like Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers,
maybe Wedding Crashers is playing in the background, or like Big Daddy,
or like Dodgeball, anything with Vince Vaughn.
Dude. Anything with Vince Vaughn is in the background, and we're periodically like just watching while other people are waiting. And it's going to be, and then the get into the car roundup, what I mean? All right, we're all getting in the car. Am I just genuinely infatuated with normal life?
I'm there. I'm living.
You're with me though.
And there's always someone who's doing something that they think they have way more time for.
Oh God.
Like they're starting to cook a meal and you're like, we're supposed to be leaving in 10 minutes.
They're like, well, hold on. They're like, I thought I had time to stop at Target.
Yeah.
And you're like,
they're like getting their trunks on. They're like, what? Everyone is already in their suits and stuff.
They're like, I can do it. It's no big look. She hasn't even started her makeup yet. You know?
I got at least 30 to 45.
I love that one. Yeah, I think I'm realizing right now that I think I'm just genuinely in love with everyday life, which is a great place to be.
That is a beautiful place.
That's a good place to be.
Because why not?
Why not?
And it's like, it's normal life, but it's the little side story of normal life.
Right.
It's those little special moments. And I like when you're in a hotel room and multiple people have hotels in this, or have rooms in the same hotel.
There it is.
Isn't there always just one room?
Yeah.
That is like the hub.
The hub.
Everyone like chills in that hotel room. That person's.
The hub is so important.
You have to find the hub. It's like the queen bee hive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have the hub. Are you, I think I'm having a bit of a quarter life crisis.
Yeah.
Are you there?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm panicking.
Okay. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. What does that look like for you?
My crisis?
Yeah.
It looks like existential panic inside.
Yeah.
You know, where people would normally have like a real outward meltdown.
Sure.
I'm doing that inside. And I'm pretty good at masking it. Like, you'll probably see me in public and I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing so great. And I'll put on the mask. But inside I'm like, holy fuck. I haven't done anything with my life.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel that more so from the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I think like hindsight's 2020. And it's crazy you asked this because I was just thinking about this the other day in the car, which is where I usually have a lot of my existential crisis meltdowns.
Which is usually the ground zero.
Yeah. But I was just thinking like, damn, dude, like I really wasted so much time during COVID. Now, put yourself in the shoes in that moment, and none of us really knew what was going on, what the world was going to be like. You know, is one of those like, is the world ending? Do I need to pay my taxes? What are we doing?
Right.
And, you know, you got people like James Gunn writing Suicide Squad 2 during COVID.
Right.
And I just did nothing. And like, I look back and I'm like, I really should have used that time. Like, I'd be so much further ahead right now if I had used that time to do anything worth a damn.
Yeah.
And I mean, I say that, and like we've talked about before, I worked a lot on myself during that time. So not for nothing, but just career wise, creative wise, looking back, I'm just like, wow, that was so much free allotted time that I definitely don't have now, that we don't just get anymore, that like, I really wish I had done more with it. And then I start thinking about that. And I'm like, oh my God, 3 years, like just down the drain. Like, no, I didn't do anything. Nothing happened. And then I start panicking and I'm like, well, what do I do now? And then I get analysis paralysis, where it's like, I look at everything and I don't know which one to start on.
Yeah.
And so I just start on none of it.
I mean, I don't even need to really, like, just copy and paste what Estevan said and put it onto me.
Yeah.
Because it's the same exact literal feelings.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. And yeah. And then that even more so when you're like, damn, if I had done what I'm doing now 10 years ago. Yeah. So it's a lot. I've been feeling that a lot more.
In the midst of the pandemic, I don't know about you, but for me, it was very much like, well, I think for me, it was a little more like I'm giving myself permission to do nothing because of how stressful everything is.
Right.
Yeah. But I also I'm not giving myself permission to be kind to myself about that. Like, I'm totally like, at the time it was like, yes, you don't have to do much.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Things are crazy. And now it's like, what the fuck were you doing, bro?
Yep.
Like, why did you do that? Why did you give yourself permission to do that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think I'm very hard on myself about it now.
Yeah.
Because then it was easier to just be like, you have no idea what's going on.
Right.
We don't know what tomorrow will even bring with this pandemic stuff. Our parents didn't experience this. Our grandparents probably didn't even experience anything like this.
Right.
So there's no one to even like bounce off of for guidance or help.
Right.
This is all new for all of us. So it was just kind of like, damn, we don't know what to do. So we're just going to kind of do what we do. And then, now I'm very hard on myself about it. I'm like, man, you didn't do anything, like nothing.
Right.
Like not even like I wrote down some ideas
Right.
for stuff, but like with that time I could have written whole scripts.
Right.
You know, I could have like done a whole ass pre-production on something. And then that way when stuff was lifted, it's like, let's go.
Right away.
Yeah.
It could have been ready. It could have been planned.
Yeah.
Now, the hard part, not the hard part, but the flip side is you did a lot still. And so did I.
Yeah.
But like you said, you gave a good example like James Gunn, and it's just like, well, yeah, like it really feels like I should have done that.
Well, yeah, I think what you're touching on kind of is that like we did a lot of stuff, but it was inside stuff.
Yeah.
There was nothing like tangible or physical to go like, hey, look at this thing that I made during COVID.
That, and also that makes me feel like is pushing me on my career path.
Yeah, right.
Like exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like a huge leap and bound that would put me in a place where I want to be right before I'm about to turn 30.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I'm kind of starting to get, and this is scary, and I'm working on it. It doesn't have to be scary because I am a simple man. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of the work I've done on myself is this idea that like, I could just do kind of what I didn't think I would ever do, which is kind of like just get into, just do the classic, right? Yeah. And I know I've met a woman I love, so doing the classic with her doesn't sound so bad. Yeah. Just hunker down with a couple of kiddos. Yeah. Kind of deal. That sounds amazing, but I think in such extremes that I think I have to give up creativity to do a classic. And that's been my duality battle lately, which is like, do I just put the creativity away, focus on sometimes it feels like it needs to be that way because I'm like, if I do have children, it's going to be kind of hard to be like dad's doing open mics as opposed to like dad is providing a great like home for us that's very consistent and bountiful and taking us to Airbnbs in other places,
blasting the AC
and blasting ACs in nice hotel rooms, like, and that's kind of like that duality piece. But it's like, and the climb of creativity. I'm a kind of person. This is where I've also been just like, and it's analysis paralysis at the end of the day is what I'm realizing. Before I even had a chance to take a shot at my dreams, I used to think like I deserved the world, and it was kind of just like it was. I have grandiosity issues, so it was just kind of like, and that's not a bad thing to have when you're creative, honestly. And it was just kind of like, I'm gonna be the greatest, right? Yeah. And then when it came down to like taking the first step to being the greatest, or even the second or third or fourth step, because to be the greatest is like 500,000 million steps. Yeah. And you got to start at step one.
Daunting.
It was just like, oh fuck, that's that's everything I have to actually do to do that.
To be
like that's a lot. And now it's like, oh, and I'm almost 30. Like, ew. Yeah. Maybe not.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right on the nose with that. So there's a lot of panic going on. Yeah. There's like ticking clock. Yes. Going on, which like, I don't know why. I think because I always had visions that I would be doing stuff early. Yeah. Young. That I'd already be somewhere. And then you flash forward and you're like, shit, I'm not, I'm having to go deal with fucking people dressed like they're on a spy mission, rolling their eyes at me because I'm asking them to move a little bit, 5 feet to the right, and not like living my dream. And it's like
doing panoramics around the house.
Yeah. 360 virtual tours for people to find their dream home. And it's like,
where's my dream home?
Where's my dream home?
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly it. And I think the ticking clock thing is, I think it's so valid, and I get it. Like, you know, and I get worried, like, I don't want to insult anyone who did find their life later in life.
Oh, yeah.
Life doesn't end. I get it. Like, and because you're getting older, it doesn't mean that it's over, but we are heading to a point. Well, it's always a point of no return.
Yeah.
And we're getting to a point where then, okay, we're going to be 30 and then we're going to be 40 and then we're going to be 50. And so we're almost 30. So we know what it feels like to go from 1 year old to 20-year-old. We've done it before, but like, and then they say time gets faster the older you get, right?
Absolutely.
And then it's like, okay, so I think what someone would tell us probably like, get that ticking clock out of your head. Like, don't see life like that. But unfortunately, it's valid. And at the end of the day, this may not even have as much to do with like career as it does with just literal death. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming around the corner.
Coming around the mountain when she comes.
And it's happening. And everyone wants to do exactly what they want to do before it happens.
They want to do something.
And it's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah.
That's the realization.
I think it's harder to do that when you have like other shit to do.
You got so much other shit to do.
You're like, I'd really love to sit down and do this.
Right.
But who's going to pay the bills? But I want to stay with a roof over my head, right? But yeah.
I think it's really hard, and then not to invalidate at all, but like in a sense, like you're someone I look to realize like I can pay my bills, I can have a partner, and I can still follow my dreams.
Yeah. And
I see you doing that actively. And it reminds me that that is possible, because I think I have been having trouble finding the time, and you're the kind of person, you make the fucking time. You make the time.
Yeah, you have to.
You make the time.
And that's funny, because then there's people that I look to
right.
where I'm like, oh, they're doing that, or they're doing the thing that I want, where they have their own business, they have the family, they have the time, they have the money, they have the freedom to go on vacations or do this thing or do that, but like they have it. And like, yeah, so then I look to them, and then I'm like, well, how can I draw from that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I feel honored that you look to me.
I do.
Yeah.
I genuinely do, because you're someone who doesn't let anything hold you back.
I try.
At least on the outside, it appears to be.
Yeah.
Right. And we all have our struggles. And that's the problem with also maybe either putting people on a pedestal or having expectations of someone.
Social media.
Or
comparison by social media anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Even just the fact that like someone could see like, oh, well, like, fuck, I'm not doing anything. Estevan has a YouTube channel with like a couple of short films and fucking, he has a fucking podcast and, looks all professional. And what am I doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that
like,
would blow my mind. I'd be like, bro, that's nothing.
Right.
Like you could, oh man.
Because then you see these people, and you do see these people, and I think TikTok really points that out. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are dedicated.
Yo, yeah. Yeah.
Like these bitches are dedicated, and it's even the people who are like doing crazy shit. I'm not talking about just like making funny videos. I'm talking about those people who are doing like intense like visual effects. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, or whatever, doing drone fucking footage throughout a house. Like, I'm like, what?
Yeah. The FPVs, those are insane. Those guys go insane.
Speaking of the cooking videos, like I'm like, some of these people are doing them, like the guy who does it in the forest.
Oh, I love that guy. Old Time Hockey, I think is what his name is.
Love him.
I love his stuff.
How did he get that life?
How did he get cell service?
I
saw a thing where he was like, there's like one spot in my house where I have just enough service to upload videos.
Wow.
And, but I'm like, man, I watch his stuff when I'm feeling overwhelmed or when I can't sleep. He truly is just, his voice is so calming.
Yes.
The environment around him is so calming. It's just pure nature. It's just like he's living the simple life, but I don't know. He makes it look so appealing.
He's not worried about this stuff.
No, that we know of.
We know. And he's probably in our age range.
Probably. Yeah.
He's probably around our age.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully not. But he seems like a guy who doesn't think about this.
Oh, I would love to have him on. And
I
just
would do anything.
Vent to him about my existential crisis.
Yeah.
And how the ticking clock and how I'm, I haven't done shit with my life and I'm panicking.
Right.
I want to tell him all that and just listen to his words. And I would feel better.
Be like, oh, buddy, you don't have to go worrying about. See, now I'm doing like an Irish thing, and that's
you're like Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah, like a Hobbit. Yeah. Oh my God, I did a Hobbit.
That's incredible, though.
Do you think like? I'm getting this feeling and I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's making sense to me. So it's just like, as a creative, it's like our brain is bombarded with creativity, ideas. Our brain is bombarded with ideas constantly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's like you get to a point where you're just like, there's no way I'm doing all of these things, even in my lifetime. I don't even know. Okay, like the greatest filmmakers of all time.
Yeah.
Some of them make a lot of movies before they die.
Yeah.
But I got like 60 movie ideas in my notes, like alone at this moment.
Yeah.
I'm never making 60 movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you start? And then there's like more and more coming in though.
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
So it's like overwhelming, and I don't know. It's like, it's almost like it's a special kind of hell for someone who is constantly inspired to create, but doesn't necessarily have the means.
Mm-hmm. I feel that.
Yeah. I
do feel that because I have tons of ideas. Tons. Some are TV shows, some are shorts, some are legit movies.
Right.
Yeah. And then you hear about how long and how hard it is to get even one made. And then you're like, how am I going to get all these made? I want all of these to get made.
Right.
I don't know. I think like the way we take the ones that mean the absolute most to you.
Right.
You're in charge of those.
Yeah.
The other ones, find somebody who you trust enough that can collaborate on it. And then maybe like, maybe your producer credit or written by, story by credit.
Right.
Someone else can direct it and kind of take the helm. But at least it's still an idea that you had, and someone else goes and does it while you do the other thing that you're really, really wanting to do your way.
Yes.
I don't know. But I don't know. People make it happen, man. Like another person I get inspired by all the time is like Donald Glover. How does he find time to make fucking music and do movies and do TV shows and like still live a life, like go to a fucking basketball game and sit courtside?
Yep.
With the backward shoes. Did you see those?
With the backward shoes.
I don't know about that one, but...
That's not what I would do when I was sitting courtside.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the effort.
You're Donald Glover.
Yeah.
You can wear backward shoes if you want when you're doing all that stuff.
And who gets to do everything the way he wants to do it?
Right.
And and found his way into the industry, being a writer on 30 Rock, being, he was a writer on some other shit. I don't even know. Being on Community, being a writer on 30 Rock. They were making YouTube videos.
I was going to say, it was called like Derek Comedy, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah, and they were on YouTube too. I mean, he's been doing this shit for a long time. He did stand-up comedy.
That bitch did fucking stand-up even.
Yeah, I have. Like years ago when iTunes used to give out free samples of stuff for like movies and TV shows. There was like a comedy thing, and he was one of them. Like he had a small segment on it, and he was one of them. And yeah, so I mean, anyway, so there are people who do it. Right. There's people who do music, TV, movies. The Rock fucking does how many movies and TV shows? He has a clothing brand. He has an energy drink. He has brands, a partnership with Under Armour. Right. Like producing. He has his own production company, $7 Production. He just fucking bought and owns an XFL football team. Who has the time? It's possible.
Time.
It's possible, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And it's that, Yeah, I get this life thing. I guess there's just a lot to like learn about just that whole thing. Like they say, you're just like hacking life, right? You're hacking reality.
Yep.
You're making everything happen for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that magical manifestation-y fucking The Secret bullshit. And it's like, I feel like that's what they would say if I asked them, and then I'd be pissed.
I know.
I'd be like, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. Because we can do it.
We can.
We can do it.
We just have to get out of our own way.
Yeah.
Number one. That's the biggest thing. And
Step one.
Always easier said than done, because I tell myself that all the time, like, get out of your own way and it'll happen.
Right.
But there I am, still getting in my own way sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to go home after this, and I could, you know, I've been wanting to write movies again.
You should.
I could work on a little outline.
That'd be
I'm
good.
fucking tired. I'm going to want to go lay down. And it's been a long day, you know? And it's like, that's the flip that needs to happen.
Yeah.
And it's like little by little, man, you know, little by little. I'm already trying not to like fucking, you know, eat myself into obesity. So like,
you're not trying to be the whale too.
Yeah, I don't want to be the whale too. I'm already working on the whale too. I should write that. The whale too.
The whale too.
That's a funny thing about ideas is like some people would say like, you know, just like do something fun. That's like, you know, just come up with a lost episode of Seinfeld. It's as a writing activity. I'm like, no, that's taking away too much time from like the real things. like I need to try and really make a thing.
I think something that might help both of us is just, let's just make a short.
I like that.
You know, like
we need to make a short.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and like have fun shooting it.
Yes.
Put it together. It's a physical thing that went from brain to screen.
And that's really it.
And then we can go, okay, we did that. We got another one in us.
I like that.
And maybe get the ball rolling that way.
We need to make it short.
Yeah.
I think we need to hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
Too.
I think so.
I think that's a great. You have a million great short ideas.
Oh, man.
They really just need to go into like script format, and then we'll be good.
That's it. I might write one tonight.
I love that. If you write one tonight, I'll at least write down and partially outline an idea. I don't have a working computer at the moment.
Oh,
so
okay. You'd have to go old fashioned pen to paper.
I'm going to hit a little pen to paper and I got a few little sketcheroos. Can I tell you one of my latest ideas that I really would think
yes, please,
would be like my dream like web series right now?
Yeah.
You know who Alex Jones is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to do the satanic Alex Jones, who is constantly ranting about the Christian conspiracy. Basically, like, you know, they're trying to take Christianity into our homes.
Yeah.
They're trying to teach your kids about Jesus Christ. Like, we need to stop this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my dream little project.
They're putting Bibles in hotel rooms.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got something incredibly disturbing to talk to you guys about. The other day, I went to a hotel room and, you know, I did what anyone else would do when they get into a hotel room. I turned on the air conditioning. I turned on the television.
Jumped on the bed a little bit.
I jumped on the bed, and usually I never open a drawer because I don't put my clothes away. But lo and behold, I thought, why don't I open the drawer today? And wouldn't you know, there was a Christian Holy Bible.
And right next to it, something even more blasphemous. The Book of Mormon.
They had the Book of Mormon. What about the devil? When does he get his book? Yeah. You're going to put those in there? Fine. But I'm going to put my book in there because we're going to respect everyone's beliefs. You know, something like that. That would be fun. Or just like, you know, say like, you know, because like Christian people or like Alex Jones people will say like the wildest shit. So I'll just be like, you know, they had the television in the hotel room set to a Christian channel, which opened a portal to heaven, and an angel came into my room and tried to bless me, ladies and gentlemen. This is terrifying. You know what I mean?
This is getting out of control.
That's my idea. It's good to know that the old creative brain's still chugging
along. Yes.
Yeah, it's still tugging along. I do have to say, I guess this is the only place to possibly like get this out there. I haven't wanted to say this on social media, and it's going to be in lieu of doing stuff like this. But I think I'm going to take another break from comedy.
Okay.
From the stand-ups. It's just, I think another thing about creativity is you got to follow inspiration.
It's hard to force. Yeah.
If it feels like a chore or homework or it's impeding on time that I wish to do something else, then maybe you put it down for a little while.
That's a fair way to look at it. Yeah.
I do. Someone told me inspiration versus motivation one time.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Inspiration versus motivation. And I can sit around and I could beat myself up for not writing new comedy material or, you know, whatever, like trying to do more open mics and get on more shows, but I'm not inspired to do it.
Yeah.
And so therefore, you know, if I'm becoming a circle and comedy is a square peg, then I can't put myself in there. And at some point I might be a square peg again.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, the writing thing, I am very much inspired. I haven't really talked to you about this, but I am very much inspired to get back into writing. You know, I watched The Exorcist, Rosemary's Baby. I went and saw Beau is Afraid.
Oh, nice.
I went and saw Evil Dead Rise. I was like, this is kind of me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So those are the things that are pumping me up at the moment.
I like that. Take that wave, ride it. Wave. Take that wave and ride it. There you go. And yeah, write the movie that you want to see.
Right. Write the movie that you want to see. Yeah. That's really what it comes down to.
I really like this quote from Jordan Peele that I've been seeing where he's like, when I'm writing, I have to remind myself that I'm shoveling sand into a box so that I can build a castle.
That's amazing.
And that's beautiful because I think when I'm writing, I always struggle with trying to get it perfect right away instead of just throw it all out there and then refine it.
I love that so much. He's so brilliant.
He just is.
Fucking guy, man.
He just is, man.
I saw a TikTok of him talking about Nope and talking about, first of all, just the way his mind thinks. He said, like, if I can make people think they're watching Close Encounters of the Third Time and then halfway through make them realize they're watching Jaws. Yeah. That was like the cornerstone of the idea. And then for him, after that, he kind of, you know, because honestly, one of the things I'm not the biggest fan about Nope is like the idea that the story revolves around their desire to like capture a picture of this thing. Yeah. Which is not a bad story idea. I don't know. For some reason, it just never really like landed on me super great. Like, not that it didn't land at all, but, and obviously like looking deeper into it, like when we did our Nope review, and like it made me realize how important that is. Yeah. But what Jordan Peele said is that he is basically inserting his desire to make a spectacle of a movie into his characters to capture a spectacle of the alien. Yeah. And I said, this man's a genius. This man's a genius.
The way the mind works, man.
The way the mind works. Yep. So all we got to do is go on Mad TV.
Yeah, right? For a few seasons.
Then have a sketch comedy show.
That's it. Make one movie together.
Yes.
Maybe ours will be about a dog instead of a cat.
I would love that.
And then boom, we made it.
And then we'll be good. Yeah. And then we can make the greatest horror films to ever don screens.
Do a few voiceover gigs.
A couple.
Yeah. Here and there.
Big Mouth.
Yeah, Big Mouth. Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So I don't know. I think what I'm trying to do, because I'm like you. Yeah. So I can be having a meltdown on the inside and then presenting quite functionally and very well on the outside. Yes. And I'm trying to turn that inside out a little, which is why I wanted to talk about this at all. I actually didn't want to talk about this at all, but anytime I start talking lately, I'm like just letting out the horror that's in my brain. Yeah. And So that's what I'm working on right now.
I
I'm
like
working
that.
on letting myself. I had a conversation with my sponsor recently, and he said I need to start overreacting. He says, because what I do is I underreact and I hold in. So he was like, he said, start a fight and apologize later.
Wow.
And not, I'm not taking that verbatim, but I'm taking it as just like, have a quarter life crisis and then like continue on.
Do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let those feelings that are in the inside exist in the outside.
I like that. Maybe I'll try that.
Give it a go.
I'll give it a go.
We're going to be okay.
I think so.
We're going to be okay. And let's make a sketch.
I'm ready.
Let's make a short.
I think the one I have in my head, I already told you about it
We talked
a week
about
or two ago.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one.
I think that's a
one to
good start.
It's simple, it's easy.
Yeah.
We can do it with a handful of people maybe. So yeah,
Clockwork.
I want to do that, and hopefully you're all there with us as well.
Yeah.
And if you're going through an existential crisis, hey, welcome to the club. You're not alone.
Damn right.
We right here with you. So,
Yeah.
slide in the DMs.
Yep.
Hit us up with, I don't know, just say what's up.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to hear. Like, subscribe, share the podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Always.
And until the next existential crisis, we'll see you guys right back here.
Later.